From the border town of Elubo in the western region to the campus of the University of Ghana, specifically the medical school. This is how high 18-year-old Osman has lived from a place of no hope to a destiny-fulfilling land.
It's kind of intriguing, but alhamdulillah, after the BEC, alhamdulillah, I got a very good grade, 7, and then I had the opportunity to go and study general science in fancy school. That was basically my first choice.
If poverty was human, then one would not be wrong to conclude it has shared the same bed, same clothing, and eaten from the same plate with Osman's family. A resolve by one person to change this narrative is all the family needed, and Osman said, "Here I am, send me and I will go."
My parents weren't having the resources to take me through my school journey. So I mean the resources in terms of money and then other stuff. So I was kind of disadvantaged when it comes to that side. So I was struggling to work hard in my education so that I could later on come and help the family, inshallah.
Osman saw education as the only way out, and one of his basic school teachers at Elubo, Enoch Mensah, confirms.
But Osman wasn't quite bright as at that time I was teaching him basic 3. So, but I saw his potential. He was dedicated to read and to excel. So I took him and then tried to mentor him from the beginning before I left. When I came, the rest of the teachers were like, he's picking up. Then I took him, advised him. In fact, some other time he was even sleeping with me in my room. So he began to listen. You know, when people listen to means you can also do more. The little that you have, you also give it to them. And then right from stage 5, he began to move from where his position, where he was. Basically was, let's see, 15th and those areas. And then he began to pick up and then from 3rd and then. But one surprising thing is that he's always learning add-on. Even when the Form 3s are in school preparing for BEC, he was always with us, sleeping with us and then trying to learn add-on and picking up. So that was when I saw that, no, this boy has potential. Let me mentor him from there.
This mentorship worked, and it gingered him on when he entered the infant school, where he shocked everyone.
When the result came, he sent it to me personally. He called me, say, the results are in, so he sent it to me. They said, wow, it is. That's good. So what's the way for it? He says, I don't know. He said, wow. All right. So what are we going to do? He said, I don't know.
And this is true. Osman was not lying. There was no way he would have known, because even with the free education at the senior high level, Osman still struggled to go through.
Sometimes we will reopen. The reopening day, he will not be in. So he will come maybe a week or 2 after. Then I'll call him, why are you late? And he will say, shaking his head as usual. It's as if he doesn't want to tell me all that is happening, but I get to know. And I say, how is the house? He says, He doesn't really mention that, things are hard. I get to know that things are hard. What are you doing that you stay in the house for 2 weeks before coming? So I'm working. I say, okay.
The father was a well digger, in fact, and at a certain point in time, even it was difficult for him to pay the school fees when he was in our school. So I talked to my father, and then we gave him some scholarship benefits in the school that he could come and then learn. Even if they don't have, he should come, because the father wasn't going to work. How many times will you dig a well for people in the community for you to get money?
Our team needs a confirmation of Osman's family financial status, so we travel miles and miles away to Elubo to meet his father. Honestly, one need not ask any questions to automatically get all the answers about their financial standing. Weak structure which could collapse on this family should there be a heavy storm thrown to the environment. It is obvious how they do not have the financial capabilities to fulfill the minimum essential necessities of life. This Osman's father confirms.
Do Yankopaya do me ban Yamia money in bat. Yankopon from Musudan can do Babisi Yanka, the Ilmina and Ponayanka, but the button had to truck. That's a new idea. Make us a cockology. Wedding. kept go from a yinampo was a quiet in Pono. Yam. So we win, yeah, started me. Easy. After now, number 8 in Nankawako.
This uncertainty was what pushed Osman to start work as a mechanic with his straight 8 A's. Someone uncomfortable with how all the toil was going to waste published Osman's grades on the internet and drew people's attention. Dr. Fidel Osuoje was one of them.
I chanced on the story on social media. I was actually, that day, my son wasn't feeling well at all. So I had taken a vow to take care of my son. So I decided to go on social media. Then I saw a story, a brilliant guy that had the 7 A's that needs serious help. And because he doesn't have that help, he's decided to be a mechanic. I said, what? How can this be? So I decided to follow the story up. And then I sent a message to the actual guy that, blocked the story. And then I asked him to call me. So he actually sent his number to me and I called him. And I asked him, where is this guy? Because these days you can have all manner of scammers around and stuff like that. So they made me speak with Osman. And he told me he was at Elibo. I said, so how can you come to Accra? He said, I can't come to Accra because I don't have money. But my school proprietor's son is here, he could assist. So I sent the money to the school proprietor's son, who is Enoch. And then Enoch brought him to Accra, to my residence.
Osman's story began to change from that day as Dr. Osuoje took his results and shared with the GNPC Foundation.
Not that he really wanted to be a mechanic, but it was just a survivor, a way to survive. He was going to be there, and that would have been the end of it. But trust me, GNPC is out there to write our signatures on the wall, and we are wide awake to do it.
So we are doing what we are doing because we need to give part of the oil money to benefit the people.
GNPC followed through and indeed got its signature written on the wall the very day Osman secured admission to read BSc Medicine and Surgery at the University of Ghana, and the foundation awarded him a full scholarship.
At the end of the meeting, it was like GNPC take care of me in my medical school. I was very happy. I mean, I was happy. Like I was happy. I was very happy. My father, to be specific, was very, very, very happy because my father always prays for me, and then the way I learn sometimes, he'll be like, hey, Osman, go and sleep small, like that, So he was very happy me getting the scholarship because he was even thinking of, now you've gotten a very good grade, so what's the next step? Because he doesn't have any hope of me continuing education, so he was very happy for me. And then he was kind of, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, praise to be God, and then that's all.
Yamia Paya Kosi, Babia Maninda. Ninda. Nia Papa, that's an Ukrainipa Nipa. And then they say, Meet my Johan Poniana. You know, me and come pay that. Minia Hodingra, and Copai, Indian farm from Sudianocra. Come to me. Well, hear me over to me if you enemy tear me. Ne college now, see our corner. No one can draw no or castor or honor. Crana. See a young boy and Ninda by Yamana, Jose Manaje. This one or Nima come on. I says, come for more Yabino, Umaya Sanginabian, calm Bonese. Is a cry or book can crumble me by me. Israel, yes, I hold in Poda. As a cost of intimate camp. Mamma, and Yasa, Gnabio, no one but no Canadian cry. I am so. My mama cry.
They come crying all the time. Parents especially, they come here and they sit here and they cry. They cry. And you can see that this is not crocodile tears. It's so emotional. So I don't know, but Kwame, no words can explain what we experience, and I'm getting emotional, so let me end it here.
Until you find yourself in the shoes of this family, you will not appreciate how this gesture from GNPC Foundation means to this family. Osman's elder sister Aisha says, "This is so good to be true." They are dumbfounded. No wonder her eyes are filled with tears.
He always say he wants to become a medical doctor. If I look where we are coming from, we are not expecting this, like it will come true, that he will become a medical doctor one day. It wasn't in my mind. From look of things, I don't know what to say, but we thank God. Yeah, because if it wasn't like a scholarship, it wasn't my mother, my brother would continue to go to school because things are not well with us. Yeah. So the scholarship has helped us a lot.
My sister knows who I am. He knows how I study. I study very much. I mean, she knows that. And then she realizing that we are from a very low class family, and then now you've gotten a very good grade, and then you'll be in the house because of money. It's kind of something. So she hearing that Zoka has gotten scholarships, people to sponsor him in his education, that's very happy. It's so surprising. I mean,
at Infant Pim School, Osman's favorite teacher can also heave a sigh of relief now.
In fact, I was really happy. Most of the times you hear about this scholarship scheme and they don't really work. So he told me about it. "Oh, sir, I want to use you as a reference." I said, "Okay, no problem." And then when I heard that it came true, truly, it was sure. I was really happy for him.
For the next 6 years, Osman nor his father is permitted to worry about how to raise that huge school fees and raise another for accommodation and something little for Osman's pocket. GNPC Foundation has taken on this burden for now.
Sometimes we have as many as 20,000. For us to only select about 1,300 or 2,000 out of it. So we have, this goes to tell us that people in the country have needs when it comes to education. And I would say that these are people who come from rural areas who are really poor and they deserve it. Sometimes people think that we offer scholarship to people who are rich, the affluent, etc. That is not the case. That is not the case. You may see somebody as rich, but go down there to the roots of the individual. You realize that, oh, Enoch here is okay. You see him as okay, because Enoch is in suit. But go to check Enoch's background. What is there? That's where you are faced with the reality.
For now, the only task for Osman is to just learn, and according to his lecturers, he has not missed that. In fact, he has begun writing his signature on the walls here, as Dr. Kizara Ogbogbo, head of department at the mathematics department, tells us.
He's generally a very good student. You know, I tease them in class that, okay, so if anybody wants to get everything, just get a 99 because our MIS does not allow 3 digits. But interesting, Osman had 100% in his Math 101 result for this semester. Yes, he had 100, so the MIS is going to give him 99 because we have only 2 digits, so we are proud of him. He's generally a good student.
Well, I'm excited, which means that we should chase those people, as many of them as possible.
I'm never astonished about what you're telling me. I personally engage Osman, and the level of intellect, as young as he is, I mean, academic maturity, it's superb. So I always knew that he was going to be a gem. So scoring 100 is not a surprise to me in any way. Trust me, on their graduation day, and that's the promise he has given me, that he's going to take the best student award on their graduation day. Before he started, I can show you a message. He said, the promise he's giving me and GNPC is that he's going to graduate as the best student. So scoring 100 isn't a surprise to me. I know he's going to do it.
At times, Osman feels everything happening around him is a dream.
In Ghana here, more often is for those who come from a very rich family, because looking at the tuition fee alone, being a student, they pay close to 9,000 per year. And then because of the privilege to be sponsored by someone through all these 6 years, alhamdulillah, I mean, I really get surprised, and then I'm always happy and very thankful to GNPC.
The GNPC Foundation has made this dream a reality.
If I can sit here and cry, you can imagine what happens to the people who are directly affected by that situation. And as I speak to you, if you can listen to me and hear my voice well, I'm getting emotional.
GNPC, may God richly bless you people. May you never lack. Wherever that you are, I want to tell you to take your learning serious, because you know where you are coming from. And we will always pray for you to become what you want to become in the future.
Osman pledges not to disappoint.
As I've been doing always, I'll be studying more as I do, and then make sure I discipline myself. Sometimes studies become very difficult, but then just look up to your goals and be like, no, you have to put in the very best to achieve whatever like you want to achieve. Apart from my family looking up to me, I feel that the world is now looking up to me. So it really motivates me to put in my best, more often. So now my family is looking up to me, the world is looking up to me, Ghana especially. So inshallah, everything is going to be okay.
A very big thank you, a very big thank you. But for such intervention, I don't know what would have happened to Osman. With all his brains and all his abilities, all of those perhaps would have wasted if not that he was found. So we are grateful to the people who found him, and we really do wish that more young people like him could be found and helped.
At GNPC, we empower dreams to impact lives.
I think what we haven't done very well is to tell our story. I mean, there's a lot that we've done. I mean, sometimes people focus on the negatives, but on the positives, I think there's a lot that we've done. And the communities that we've impacted positively, I think they can tell their story. And this documentary that you're shooting, I think at the end of the day, people, Ghanaians, will hear for themselves firsthand how impactful what we've done through the foundation, using the vehicle of the foundation, has achieved for some of these communities. But for some of the things that we did, a lot of them I'm not too sure whether we'll be living the kind of life that they have now.